Hey everybody, how you doing? Mark here. I'm in my dining room because I want to make a special little camera gear video here. It's not going to be part of the every week footage. This is going to be an additional thing. I'll probably put it up on the weekend sometime. But I want to talk about the Insta360. I've been using it for a while now. I want to give a little bit of a review of what I'm thinking about it and stuff like that, and some new gear I got for it. So the Insta360, it's actually kind of a cool camera. It really is. I think it's more gimmicky than strictly useful, but it's doing its job. The one thing I'm not liking about it is it has no zoom features or anything like that. So if I'm trying to, like when I was out doing the military ridge trail, I saw a nice cute little bunny rabbit on the side of the trail, and in the footage I tried to zoom in on it and it was all pixelated. You couldn't see the bunny really much at all. You just saw a little brown dot and then it scurried down the trail. So that's one of the features I don't like about this Insta360. I mean, even with the higher pixel rating of, what is it, like a 5.7 pixel, or yeah, 5.7 megapixel, when you zoom in, it just gets all pixelated out and stuff like that. So that's one of the downsides to the 360 camera. And in fact, that's the downside to pretty much any fixed lens thing. You know, even my helmet camera from Sony, the GoPros and stuff like that, if you zoom in too much, they get pixelated and that's it. Now with a camera like what I'm using there, that's got a zoom built into it. So I can actually zoom in on things. The pictures look pretty good as long as you don't go past the optical zoom and it starts getting into the digital zoom, and that's when it starts getting all pixelated. It has been working really well. You know, it's easy to turn on, turn off. It's easy to change out the batteries when they go dead, and usually the cards will last a little bit longer than the battery. But when the battery goes dead, I'll just swap out the card as well. So, and the battery packs that they have like a case around the battery, and it actually holds a memory card. So I'll actually take this stuff out of the camera, put the new stuff in, put the old battery and the old card into that case, and then continue on my way. One of the things I don't like is the little door for your USB hookups. So it just kind of dangles there. Now you do pull that off when you're recording and stuff like that. That way it's not showing up in your shot. But I wish that was able to be, come on, get on there. Oop, just turned it on by mistake. But I do wish that door could just be like slid up or something like that, so where I didn't have to actually remove it, but that's just the way it is. So yeah, that's really the only other thing. I don't like that I have to remove it in order to put my microphone receiver adapter thing on there. Yeah, it's just I guess the way it is, and I've been living with it. But you know, if I ever lose that door because I pulled it off and put it somewhere, and if I forget where I put it, well, now my camera's no longer waterproof. But now the new gear that I got for it, when I was out doing the Rustic Road 106 ride, like I said, I always ride the road more than once. You know, I'm riding it and I'm vlogging it as I'm going, so I'm getting the helmet camera stuff, I'm getting the upshot from the handlebar back at me, I'm getting all that, and that's always the audio that you're getting. But then I go around again and I'll set up the camera on the side of the road, and then I'll do drive-by shots, and sometimes I have to do that twice in order to get the shots that I want. And you know, I'll go past an area and go, oh, I should have gotten it there, or I'll come back to it, type of stuff. I usually end up having to ride the rustic roads a couple of times in order to get the full road and all the extra footage and stuff like that. But while I was riding, to make it quicker, I would take the selfie stick, you know, after I've used it on the side of the road, and I'd fold it up and I would just stick it down my jacket and then ride off to the next. And then once I get to that new spot, I would take it out of my jacket and put it on the ground, use my little tent pegs to hold it in place. Again, pull it out when I got to the, when I was done recording there, I'd pull it out of the ground, stick it back in my jacket, drive to the next location, and so on and so forth. So it's constantly going in and out of my jacket as I'm doing all these little drive-by shots. Well, Insta360 Tripod, one of the legs caught on my jacket as I was putting it in. I didn't realize it. And so I was like, you know, I didn't look down to see what was going on, and I just kind of forced it down, and I hyperextended one of the legs because the legs are just plastic. And it's got little detents on the legs that kind of help hold it in place, you know, it kind of locks it in. Well, because I forced it down there and hyperextended the leg, it damaged one of those detents, and so that one leg was just like really floppy, you know, it wouldn't lock into any position, and it would go past what it was supposed to. So instead of being like this, I had one leg that was sticking out like that. So I was like, oh crap, now what, you know, and I don't want to sit there and have to futz with it and stuff like that. So I went online and I actually found another tripod, and it's made for selfie sticks and whatnot, but this is what I got here. It's aluminum, okay? There's no detents to hold it or anything like that, so it's basically all the way out or all the way in, but they're nice and rigid mounted, so you know, they're nice and tight. So if I need to, I can stick it on the ground like that and it will be just fine. And see how it's shaped here? I can actually use my tent stakes to go around the leg itself, you know. And I could even stick it through this area up here, right towards the middle, and plant it in the ground like that, and it wouldn't move. Plus, let me take the selfie stick off here. The stem here, I could actually loosen this up, and I think I actually super tightened it because I didn't want to take it off. But I could loosen this up, and this will extend out about that far or so. So it will actually almost double in length. So instead of being 6 inches, it'll be almost 12. But yeah, it's kind of a neat little system. I'm liking it. I like that it's nice and sturdy and, you know, hard aluminum. So yeah, just better construction than that cheap, flimsy plastic 360 tripod stand that I had that, what, only lasted a couple of months before it was trashed. It is, like I said, nice and sturdy, hefty. So when it's on the tripod, it actually has a good counterweight balance to the camera. So, you know, when I'm holding it, I don't feel like it's like the camera's heavy, because that's what the issue was with the tripod, with the 360 tripod, was that it was so light because it was plastic that the camera was actually heavier. So yeah, it adds a nice length to it, nice counterbalance. I like it, I really do. I think it's going to be a better addition, a better gear selection than that plastic Insta360 tripod. So that's it. That's basically all I wanted to do. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on the 360 camera system. For hikes though, I'm just not sure if I like it for the hikes. I don't know. I don't mind it. Like I said, it's just zooming in. I don't want to have to sit there and carry this camera along just to get videos of like the bunny rabbit on the side of the trail or a deer down the trail. All those things get so pixelated out when I try to zoom in. You know, again, is that just one of the things I have to live with? I don't know. All right, well, this is Mark saying thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys on the road. Bye.